Hi there, my name is Caitlin Magdaleno, and this is my community resource presentation. So my community resource idea is to have CHS partner with the Police Activities League. This partnership should entail CHS to provide an indoor court space, providing football and baseball fields, and sharing snack bar profits. And so the rationale for this was sparked by my interview with Miss Ortiz, the associate superintendent. So basically, what she said is that she wanted to see more opportunities for youth that um, come from the community itself. And CHS can help better these opportunities that already exist. And so Dr. Mattingly's lecture, she said that in her experiences, when youth crime rates were going up, what helped was offering more after school activities, which is what PAL aims to do, is offer activities for youth after school to keep them off of the streets. And so in my personal experiences, the PAL program has been um, a good time filler for both my brother and my sister to do after school. However, the facilities are not always the best. And so this is what PAL is currently working with. As you can see, it's not very well maintained at all. The soccer field is very dry, to say the least. And so for comparison, this is the CHS facilities. They have an indoor gym, a great football field, new baseball field, new softball field, and a brand new pool. And so if these resources could be shared with the PAL program, it would just make the youth experiences with the PAL program just that much better. And so here's a rough timeline, and for that I've made a Prezi. So for this, I worked closely with the athletic director for CHS, and I said, if this was to happen, how would it happen? Can you give me a brief overview of how we would go about implementing it? So these are the people involved. I will, for sake of time, I will let you read that. Go ahead and pause if you need to. But for scheduling, so the CHS athletics is schedule is finalized in late July, and for PAL, it is finalized in the beginning of August, so just about a week from each other. And so PAL may use the facilities so long as there are no practices occurring for CHS sports or games for that instance. And so um, in mid-August, since the last schedule was finalized by the beginning of August, both athletic directors can come together and create a master schedule by August 23rd. So the August 23rd deadline is actually when this next school year starts. So hypothetically, if we were implementing this idea now, this would be August 23rd would be the goal date to have the master schedule done by. Brief overview of what the athletic director's job might or will be. But the principal and the associate superintendent must authorize the signed facility forms. And so for 24 to 48 hours after the master schedule was created, the ADs must submit facility requests, and the superintendent and the principal must authorize them anytime before August 23rd. And again, that's if we were to hypothetically implement it. Coordination. So, as you can see here, I've listed the dates for the sports season. So I'll go ahead and also let you read that for sake of time. But the resources that they would share or not share is each party has their own referees, so they wouldn't have to share that at all. They wouldn't have to coordinate about that. They have their own volunteers and workers for the snack bar, and also people that are charging tickets and entries and all that stuff. So no worries on splitting workers or volunteers, but they will share maintenance workers. So they will rely on the same custodians to keep their facilities clean and running just fine. So that'll besides the facilities, the maintenance workers are also something that they'll have to share. Also shared with me that if the PAL program did want to use their facilities, something that we have to keep in mind is that there must be a small portion paid to use these facilities. So that would be profit from the snack bar and ticket sales for all PAL athletic sports seasons. And so all the money raised would just go back into youth as the CHS athletics department money goes to transporting teams and new uniforms and new equipment. Leads me into something that I think might be one of the challenges for this. So what figuring out what percentage of profit is fair to take is something that might be a challenge. Also, this is a team project. It requires a lot of collaboration. And so it is crucial that the athletic directors stay in contact and meet their deadlines for the master schedule and for the principal and associate superintendent to authorize those forms on time every year. And so the sports facilities might be have to be used at the same time. And so, for example, swimming occurs in the same month for both parties, and so they'll have to come up with a schedule that works for both of them. So maybe some of them might have to use the pool during the day, and all of that, some of them in the afternoon, just so that they can share something equally and equitably. There are also successes. So, for example, um, more youth have the opportunity to join PAL because there's better resources, so their parents might be more inclined to let them play. And so PAL might be able to expand into other sports if there's more enrollment. The youth will have better playing conditions, definitely for sure. And there's additional revenue for CHS athletics, and it'll strengthen the bond between CHS and the community that they serve because it'll show that, yes, beyond your student coming to high school, we also care about youth of all ages in Calipatria, and that's why we're offering our facilities. So no project is ever perfect, and I don't think that my idea will at first be either. It takes some time to, perfect it or strive for perfection. So in an effort to strive for a healthy partnership, community members will be encouraged to share their opinions via word of mouth, Facebook post, emails, etc. So definitely we want to hear from community members. Athletic directors will also meet twice a month to discuss how things are going, voice any concerns, things that are going well. The problem needs to be out there in order for us to be able to fix it. And also, athletic directors will also keep a semi-annual report of the progress for the partnerships to recreate throughout the year. So, um, semi-annually, they'll note what's going wrong, how much profit they're making, how much revenue they might be losing, things like that, so that in the following years, if we do want to implement this again, we know what not to do or what to keep doing. And so, yeah, that's a brief, short timeline for you. Three key things that I believe the implementation of my community resource will do. It'll provide a safer and better place for youth to participate in sports, give PAL an opportunity to expand their enrollment, and the more kids off the street, the better. And show the community that the school district cares about the families. Like I said earlier in the timeline, this is really going to boost confidence within the school and hopefully strengthen that bond. That's my presentation. Thank you so much for your time, and these are my citations.